What's amazing to me is in Isaiah chapter 6, when Isaiah saw the Lord, his response is, "Woe is me, for I am lost, and I'm a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips." What's interesting, if you look in Isaiah chapter 4 and 5, for example, in chapter 5, he says, "Woe to those who do this." And then he says in verse 11, "Woe to those who rise early in the morning in pursuit of beer." And then he says, "Woe to those who drag iniquity with cords of deceit. Woe to those," verse 21, "who consider themselves wise." He's pointing the finger at everyone and saying, "Woe to you, woe to you, woe to you." The word woe means judgment. It's an exclamation of grief and misery over our sin. He's saying, "Woe to you." But when Isaiah sees the Lord, he then begins to look at himself and say, "Woe is me." You see, as Christians, we have the tendency to point out the specks in other people's eyes while we still have a log in our own eye. And you see, we have the tendency to look at woe to you and judge everyone else instead of realizing woe is me, that I'm the one who needs cleansing. Although I've been pointing out other people's flaws, I need to first work on my own flaws in my own heart before I can ever speak into someone else's life in that way. So Jesus said to be very careful before we're pointing out other people's flaws if we're not dealing with the sins in our own heart.